students know me as Miss Stephanie, going live here on YouTube. This evening, I'm going to do a tutorial on Think of Me from a vocal tutorial from Phantom of the Opera. And we had a request for this. So I'm going to go through this. We're not going to sing it straight through because you've got karaoke videos for that. I'm going to give you an actual tutorial on how to learn this piece. It's very big. So this is an advanced piece. So this would be more for my advanced students. There's a few words that you need to know, a little bit of vocabulary before we start. One word that you need to know is called marking. Marking, marking, marking. So when you're learning a run or something that's very high, oftentimes we use half voice and or sing it an octave lower, just while we're learning the notes, because you're not going to learn something really fast, really high, full out, full voice. That's not how you learn music. So we do things in something called marking, which is, you could think of it as being in half voice, but sometimes we do take it down the octave. And since this is an advanced piece, most of you watching this tutorial probably know that term or know how to do that. And also, I'm assuming that if you're watching this tutorial that you've already warmed up. If not, check out one of my warm-up videos. There's lots of them. What I like to do is I'm going to teach this just like I teach a regular voice lesson in my studio, and you'll be seeing a lot of these on here. What I like to do is I like to learn the end first and then work my way to the beginning. That way you're always the end. A lot of times when you learn the beginning first, the end never really gets learned 100%, and then you're always going towards something you don't know. So we're going to be going towards something we know. As you probably know, this ending run is the hardest thing to learn in the entire piece. So we're going to start there. That's another thing I like to do. I like to go straight for the hard part, straight for the tricky part. So this is it. So I'm going to play it for you on the piano, sing it through, and then we're going to talk it through and learn it. Okay, that's all done on an ah vowel. Okay, so let's go through it slowly at octave. Okay, one, I'll sing it for you first. So we're going to learn this in little chunks. So let's do this first part. Okay, one more time, I'll sing it. Ready? So now it's your turn. 1, 2, ready, sing. There you go. Okay, let's get a sip of water. And by the way, when we do these tutorials, I hope you've got plenty of water sitting by because you'll need it. Okay, so let's start this again one more time. I'll sing along with you. 1, ready, sing. Now this next part, we're going to learn it in groups. So listen to this. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to learn it in groups of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's not as scary as of a long run when you squish it down into smaller chunks. So let's do that in much smaller chunks. That's your first chunk. First chunk. Second chunk. Your turn. Let's put those two chunks together. If we were counting it, we would go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Next one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. One more time. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. Your turn. 1, 2. Ready. Sing. Excellent. Let's go back and put it with the first part of the run. That part, okay? 1, ready, sing. There you go. And now your big high note. Excellent. I'm not a soprano, so I am not going to be belting that note out. But if you are a soprano, you go right ahead. So there's the ending. I'm going to play it for you one more time, and this time you join in and sing. And as it happens, let me show you the score. As it happens, there is nothing there. So you get no support from the orchestra, no support from the piano. It is just you. So this is the last chord that you hear. Then you have to find your note. And there's your note. So this is what happens before. But promise me that sometimes you will think. Now here's you. There you go. One more time, because this ending is really kind of, it's the last thing they're going to remember, and it's the big fireworks. So I'm going to play through it and give you the big chord at the end there. Okay, so here we go. On ah, 1, and remember, if your voice is getting tired, go down to the bottom. Ah, 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 of me. And that's what professional singers do when they're working on learning something. We go down the octave and we work it out down there. So let's do it one more time, up the octave. And then we can sing it down the octave later. So let's give it a try. 1, 2, ready, sing. Excellent. Okay. Let's learn going into that. So we have the whole ending learned. Now, at the end, Raoul comes in and says, can it be Christine? We're going to start from right there. And we're going to skip that part because we're not Raoul. But we are going to sing the next part that he would have sung, but we're going to sing it as Christine. So if you are following along in the book, in the music, we are on page 14. Otherwise, we are doing it from where Raoul comes in. Can it be Christine? And then you hear all of the orchestra. So we're going to start from long ago. Long ago, it seems so long ago, how young and innocent we were. He may not remember me, but I remember. That would have been Raoul singing, she may not remember me, but we're going to change those words to suit our needs right now. Long ago, ready, and long ago, it seems so long ago, how young and innocent we were. He may not remember me, but I remember. Flowers fade, the fruits of summer fade, they have their season, so do we. But please promise me that sometimes you will think. Now the cadenza, here we go. Excellent. Now let's go back and start the beginning. Okay. And you'll see a lot of this come together. So in the beginning, this happens in a place in the opera, the show, the musical, where they're at the opera, and there's been some funny business, and the chandelier comes crashing down, and the lady who is going to be doing the show says, I'm not going to do it. This is crazy. It's haunted. I'm not doing it. And someone in the chorus master says, oh, there is a chorus woman who can do it. She has been well taught. And Christine comes out, and the rest is history. She sings this aria. So you only get 2 measures in the beginning, and it's quite simple opening. And then you come in as Christine. Think of me fondly when we've said goodbye. Remember me once in a while, please promise me you'll try. Okay, so you do that opening. It's right there, starts right on an F sharp. So let's just go over the melody. I'm going to play through it. Take a nice big breath. Think of me. And then remember me. I use in the next section, there are 2 sets of words. I use the words that Sarah Brightman used in the London recording. I don't use the words that were used in the American debut. So I use when you find that once again you long to take your heart back and be free. In the English and the American version, it says on that day, that not so distant day when you are far away and free. So I use when you find that once again you long to take your heart back and be free. So we'll start right there. When you find, 1, 2, ready, sing. When you find that once again you long to take your heart back and be free. If you ever find a moment, spare a thought for me. There you go. So that little section there. And then you have a big orchestral section. Da 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 da. We never said our love was evergreen or as unchanging as the sea. I use those words. The words that are printed, I know it's clear that this was always clear. Again, I use the London version. So we never said our love was evergreen or as unchanging as the sea. But if you can still remember, stop and think of me. I use those words there. So we never said, 1, 2, ready, sing. We never said our love was evergreen or as unchanging as the sea. But if you can still remember, stop and think of me. So let's do that again. When you find, we never said. 1, 2, ready, sing. We never said our love was evergreen or as unchanging as the sea. But if you can still remember, stop and think of me. Right there on that. Okay. Then the next section, it sort of changes a feel. The feel sort of gets kind of different here. Think of all the things we shared and seen. Or you can say, think when August, when the trees were green. It's a whole different section. So let's go over that one section. Think of August when the trees were green. Don't think about the way things might have been. Think of 1, 2, ready, sing. Think of August when the trees were green. Don't think about the way things might have been. Okay, one more time on that little section. 1, 2, ready, and think of August when the trees were green. Don't think about the way things might have been. Whole new section here. Think of me waking, silent and resigned. Imagine me trying too hard to put you from my mind. And the piano plays way up here. So let's go over your part first. Think of me. 1, 2, ready. Think of me. Think of me waking, silent and resigned. You should recognize this from the beginning. Okay. Continue on. Imagine me. 1, 2, ready, sing. Imagine me trying too hard to put you from my mind. Let's try to put that all together. Think of me. Think of me waking. 1, 2, ready, sing. Think of me. Think of me waking, silent and resigned. Imagine me trying too hard to put you from my mind. Now, let's go back and try it from think of August. Okay, so let's back it up to there. Think of August. 1, 2, ready, sing. Think of August when the trees were green. Don't think about the way things might have been. Think of me waking, silent and resigned. Think of me, think of me waking, silent and resigned. Imagine me, trying too hard to put you from my mind. So we put all of that together, and now the big ending. Think of me, please say you'll think of me, whatever else you choose to do. There will never be a day when I won't think of you. Okay? Think of me. Listen to it once. Think of me. Please say you'll think of me. Whatever else you choose to do, there will never be a day when I won't think of you. So let's go ahead and go over that. Think of me. Please say you'll think of me, whatever else you choose to do. 1, 2, ready, and think of me. Please say you'll think of me, whatever else you choose to do. There will never be a day when I won't think of you. Now notice when I say you, I don't say you. I drop my jaw a little bit. Okay? So let's go back and look at a few. Actually, none of those endings were really big on there. And then, oh boy, we're almost done. We've already learned most of this. So we have our little orchestral. Dun, 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 dun. And Raoul says, can it be Christine? Dun, 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 dun. And then we say, long ago, it seems so long ago, how young and innocent we were. He may not remember this part. We've already done this part. So now we're going towards something we already know. This is why we always learn the end first. So here we are. Long ago, it seems so long ago. Ready? One, two, ready, sing. Long ago, it seems so long ago, how young and innocent we were. He may not remember me, but I remember. Flowers fade, the fruits of summer fade. They have their season, so do we. But please promise me that sometimes you will think. And then you have your big cadenza. Ah, 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 there you go. So you can go back and rewind and fast forward and do what you need to do with this. But I want to go and give you a little bit more of a tutorial on this and continue on. So now we've kind of gone over the notes and the words and all of that, how it fits together. Let's talk about some of the phrasing and how to breathe into these phrasings and how to shape them a little bit. Um, think of me. Think of me fondly. So think of me in the beginning should be very gentle. I think Christine is just pondering a little bit more. Think of me. Think of me fondly. So you say it again. You said it once. Now you're saying it again with a little bit more emphasis, right? So remember me every so often. Promise me you'll try. Now, the way he wrote this, he wrote it really quite brilliantly for the voice, in that the words that need to really be stressed, he did go up and the melody went up. So, on that day, that not so distant day, when you are far away and free. And that's how the line should rise. And when I say the line rising, I mean giving us much more volume going up there. So you'll be softer on the bottom. He wrote it like that quite brilliantly, actually. So from like on that day, listen to how that works. On that day, that not so distant day, when you are far away and free, if you ever find a moment. So as it rises and falls, the voice rises and falls. Quite brilliant there. Same thing happens. And though it's clear, though it was always clear that this was never meant to be. And then it comes back down. Okay. What am I doing? Do you remember the word for that? I'm marking. That's right. When you do it the octave lower, or you all of a sudden. So while we're talking about these technical things and going through and giving you something more to work on. Now, remember this middle section should really stand out because it is completely different. So when you get to think of August when the trees were green, don't think about the way things might have been. So that has to lead into this very sweet, sweet, sweet sound of think of me waking, because it's very gentle, waking. And they even use the word silent and resigned, right? Imagine me. This is still silent here, but intense. Trying too hard to put you from my mind. And now you're getting a little bit, you build up the intensity now. Getting a little bit more intense. Think of me. Please say you'll think of me. Whatever else you choose to do, there will never be, and this is the big point, day when I won't think of you. That's your big point there. So that happens to be a page turn. Really not a great place for a page turn, I can tell you that. There will never be a day when I won't think of you. So you really build to that point. And then Raoul comes in with, can it be? Can it be Christine? And then the orchestra gets really big again. Da, 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 and then you're sweet. So when you come in, long ago, it seems so long ago, how young and innocent we were. He may not remember me, but I remember. So really get intense there and start to build towards the end. Start your cadenza. That's what that's called. Not a credenza. That would be a piece of furniture. It's called a cadenza. 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 And what that is, it's a place where the artist, the singer, takes freedoms and they show off how fancy and fast they can sing. So some people, he did an excellent job of writing this out, but some people make it fancier. Some people go higher than a B flat. That wouldn't be me. But yeah, some people make it even fancier. I suggest that you go back on YouTube and do some listening and hear some people doing it with orchestra. They record these a lot when people perform them, like here at the Hippodrome, and sometimes you'll see live performances from the Kennedy Center or from regional theaters. There are some absolutely fabulous singers at these regional theaters. We have one down in Arlington, Virginia, Signature, which is just absolutely phenomenal. They may have done this one also. Um, so, anyway, I hope you enjoyed this. And if you did, please give me a like and don't forget to hit that subscribe button. See you next time. Bye bye.